Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to go over the Positive Grid Spark 40 practice amp and how I have it hooked up. Besides the fact that it is awesome, I've had it for quite a while now, going on 6 months. I have not learned and used everything on it. It actually is too overwhelming to really know every nook and cranny unless that's all you're into. But if you're involved in various projects, you use what you need to do and you move on. Same with recording software. You know, you don't know everything about all the different brands and all that. We're not going to get into that. But with the Positive Grid, the first thing is I have neighbors downstairs, and so I use a lot of headphones. I can't really crank it up. So first thing what I have noticed is it's tough to read the knobs, and a lot of people put labels and tags on them, but I've got a great solution for everybody. Just tip it up. There you go. We got no problem seeing the knobs now. They're right there. Fantastic. I love it. I don't use the speaker. Simply, like I says, I have landlords, and this is mainly for recording. I do a lot of recording. I could plug it direct in, just use the bias FX. I could mic it, which I do love to do both. I do like to use the microphone and the speakers. Unfortunately, in this situation, I can't do it. So what I do is I put the speaker right over. I have an 1/8 inch out. XLR inputs. Stereo, I have 2 cables. I have one that goes from stereo to an XLR to a single cable. And I also have one that's a split cable, so it actually takes 2 channels. I'm not quite sure if there's any advantage to that yet or not. I'll have to research that. But yeah, it's really cool. On the back, there's also then the speakers run, even though you have 2 outputs. Going into the headphone jack allows it to kill the speaker, which that is really, especially if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I get the ears to do some recording. I don't have to worry about waking the neighborhood up. So the headphone jack works fantastic. The USB. Very, 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 very difficult to get the USB to work. I've tried everything. I've had it for almost a year and I still can't get it to work. I finally got the drivers installed in the computer. They're there. I know they are. I can't get it in there. As far as Positive Grid using their bias FX, put right into the computer, no problem. That's what I'm looking for. No problems. I've had more headaches with trying to get that USB to run. I've had more comments that I have followed. I've been a jet engine mechanic in the United States Air Force. I've rebuilt 350 Chevrolet motors when I was 16 years old, right down to miking the crankshaft with Plastigauge. So I know how to do a lot of things. And there's nothing on a computer that I have yet not been able to solve except for the USB on this thing. Can't get into that. That's a whole different ball game, and my blood pressure would probably boil right up over the thermometer scale like an erupting volcano if I get involved in trying to get it to run. That's what happens every time. Stuff doesn't work, I get very frustrated. Other than that, so I went to the 1/8 inch out. Can't fail, right? But it's actually a plus. Like I said, it has the headphone jack which cuts the speaker out, so it works absolutely 100% perfect for what I'm doing. We've got the tablet. That's where all the Spark connections and all the Spark magic happens if you want to use Smart Jam. Smart Jam is great if you want to grab a tune, especially if you're a beginner and you need something to play along to. And I shouldn't just say beginner, intermediate, expert. You need something new to play along to. Smart Jam, first couple times it really didn't do a lot. And my buddy shows up, I'm showing him the Smart Jam. We start playing an original song, and son of a bitch, doesn't it? Hits everything almost to the mark. Mark, no pun intended, but it was funny because it actually kept a great rhythm, and it worked. Except the song was a little complicated with some funky changes, so it's not designed to do super duper complicated stuff. But for what I was impressed. The Smart Jam worked great. What I'm using this for is recording, and I noticed people were asking on Facebook is how to get the sound to record or how to use it with a desktop. But this would probably work with a laptop computer for sure. And what it is, I got some recording software. I'm using Ableton Live, and I'm using the Focusrite, as you saw in the video earlier. Sonus, PreSonus makes some fantastic equipment that is down in the budget range. Wanted something that sounded great on a budget. Eventide, you start going up, tripling the dollars. Better quality, yes. Is it worth tripling the money? If you have it, absolutely. But on the budget, this is phenomenal. Doing an A/B comparison, there's probably a lot of people that wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between Eventide, Focusrite, PreSonus, especially if you're got ambient noises in the background and you're not in an enclosed environment. You'll never hear the difference. This stuff is all fantastic quality, especially compared to anything that we used back in the 70s with tapes. And the old Tascam 4-track, 4-channel, phenomenal. We'd take that, we would go to a reel-to-reel, take the 4 tracks down to 2, bring those 2 tracks back to the 4-track, left and right. So now we've already burned up 2 channels on the 4-track for a second mix, so we could overdub 2 more on top of it. Very tedious process. And every time that you bounce back and forth, you start degrading. You could probably get away with going from the 4-track to the reel-to-reel. Once, twice, maybe 2 times to the reel-to-reel, back to the 4-track. Your 3rd time, nuts, you're going to be iffy, losing your great quality. So what we have here, for a mere fraction of the price, the Tascam 4-track, 4-channel back in the 70s was $500. Next thing they come out with a new one, another $1,000. So it just rolled over, this big progression of new equipment and money. This little tiny machine was under $200, and that's getting the package deal where you get the microphones. Without it, it's even cheaper. And the quality of this and the software, free 8 tracks, free, all day long. So what we have with the Ableton, I also have the DaVinci software, Pro Tools, you find which software you really want to use. One thing I like about the Ableton is it comes with the LaunchPAD. It does not come with a LaunchPAD. You get the LaunchPAD. It's an entire video itself about the LaunchPAD. 64 pads on it, touch sensitive. and I use this for the recording mixer. You can click, or you can use your LaunchPAD to help you mix. You got panning left and right, you got your volume, soloing so you can bring your solo tracks online, recording, which track you want to record, you find which software you really want to use. One thing I like about the Ableton is it comes with the LaunchPAD. It does not come with a LaunchPAD. You get the LaunchPAD. It's an entire video itself about the LaunchPAD. 64 pads on it, touch sensitive. And I use this for the recording mixer. You can click, or you can use your LaunchPAD to help you mix. You got panning left and right, you got your volume, soloing so you can bring your solo tracks online, recording, which track you want to record, LaunchPAD Pro Mk3 in conjunction with the Ableton software allows you to use your LaunchPAD Pro as a mixing board besides as an instrument. Stop, start, record, mute your tracks, adjust the volume, record arm, so simply plug the guitar in front of the Spark. So I've got the two inputs, so I've got left and right turned up. I've got my monitors set to left channel 1, right channel 2. We've got the AC boost with some overdrive. Delay, we have some echo tape. We also have on the right channel we have added compressor besides the compressor on the Spark app. And on the left channel we have the bias FX. And we're only using single routing on the bias. So actually we could add on a third effects if we want. We could use the Spark app and we could change that to dual. But right now I have not experimented with that, and I have just stuck with the regular bias in single mode. Spark app alone. Spark app with the bias FX off. On. And of course you can change all your effects from another delay, another compressor. So I have the compressor drive off, I had the mod off. You know, you could add a lot on, it could be whatever you want. Depending on what, if you're playing lead, if you're playing rhythm, if you're playing jazz, if you're playing blues, the combinations are really limitless just with these three things. I mean, I don't know how many effects you can add.